thinking grocery insurance. Why don't we have grocery insurance? I mean, they're so expensive. Let's buy grocery insurance. Well, you know that what you pay into insurance, you get less back. That's the intrinsic, that's insurance. But imagine grocery insurance for a second. Groceries are so expensive. The government issues grocery insurance. So you go into the grocery store. What an experience. There's no advertised pricing. And I'm buying the evening meal, and it's ground round, or it's fillets. Well, I'm not paying for groceries. Grocery insurance is, so I'm getting the fillets. And I go to the checkout counter, and what's the grocery store owner done to the prices? Well, he's jacked them out the roof because nobody pays for groceries. Grocery insurance does. I just think that that's what we've created in this country. And I think that what we've done with healthcare is we've passed legislation that's going to drop 30 million more Americans onto a system with no added capacity. In my opinion, it's going to result in rationing and much higher costs. Immigration, I think, another hot button issue of the day. As a border governor, I feel like I have an understanding of immigration. First of all, I think immigration is a really good thing. I think that that's what this country has been built on. I think that it's a good thing. I think that there were a couple of other border governors that actually understood border issues. One of them was Ronald Reagan. One of them was George Bush. He really understood what the issue was. I just wish he would have gotten around to the reform that should have gotten passed. And the reforms that need to pass is that, number one, I think that we should make it easy for anybody that wants to come into this country to get a work visa. Now, by the way, what I'm talking about is work visa, not citizenship. I'm not even going to talk about citizenship, other than citizenship needs to be a part of immigration reform. What is citizenship? What is it to achieve citizenship? All I'm talking about here are work visas. Make it easy for individuals that coming into this country to get a work visa. A work visa is a background check. A work visa is a Social Security card so that taxes get paid. Also, immigration reform needs to say that immigration is about work, not about welfare. And by the way, that's something that we need in our own country. That legal immigrants are coming into this country to take entry-level jobs from Americans? Come on, that is not happening. And it's not happening because we have a welfare system where why go to work when you can stay at home and make a little bit less money or the same money for staying at home? So that also needs to be a part of immigration reform. Work, not welfare. And anyway, and then with regard to the 11 million illegal immigrants that are here right now, George Bush called it amnesty. I think that you need to set up a grace period, but amnesty has never meant citizenship, okay? So disconnect citizenship and amnesty. This isn't about saying you're going to jump the line for citizenship. That's not going to happen. This is just saying there needs to be a grace period, an amnesty period by which those 11 million illegal immigrants that are here right now can get a legal work visa. And understand the number one reason why there are illegal immigrants in this country. And the number one reason is that the US government has made it impossible to get a work visa. And Mexicans know, they have dozens of friends and relatives that live just across the border who have jobs, since they can't get a work visa, but know that they can get jobs, know that they have a place to stay. That's how all of this works. When it comes to building a fence across the border, I've estimated the cost of an impenetrable fence at about $200 billion. I think that we could be spending our money in much better ways, and by the way, I think that that would be a whole lot of money spent with very little benefit. And add to that the notion that we're going to put the National Guard arm in arm across 1,600 miles of border. I would argue that that would also be a lot of money spent with very little benefit. Should we continue what we're currently doing? Yes, but combine it with those things that I said and combine it with legalizing marijuana, which arguably dries up 75% of the border violence with Mexico. That is the estimate of the Mexican drug cartel activity that revolves around marijuana. 28,000 deaths south of the border in the last 4 years. If we cannot connect that violence with prohibition, I don't know if we're ever going to be able to do that. Take the money out of marijuana, so goes the violence. Proposition 19 in California, although it failed, it was estimated that the cost of marijuana in California would drop from $3.90 an ounce to $39 an ounce. That's taking the money out of marijuana. So yesterday, the elections yesterday, if I could give you my take on the elections yesterday, it was not a mandate for Republicans. Yesterday were citizens saying, if you're in office, we're going to vote you out of office. That's what happened yesterday. And Republicans picked up as a result of that phenomenon. But why are Republicans going to do the right thing now that they've been voted in, given the fact that the last time Republicans controlled Congress and the White House, they ran up record deficits and passed a prescription health care benefit? But my optimism here is that maybe they actually will get the religion of the checkbook back. And if they do, maybe they'll hang around, and maybe American citizens, taxpayers, you and I, will give them the Senate and the presidency back, and we can actually then embark on righting this financial ship. And that's my goal. Right the financial ship. Leave us with a country going forward. And what is our country? Our country is liberty, and it's freedom, and it's the personal responsibility that goes along with that. I'm here today. I started up Our America Initiative. I started it up the 1st of December. I've been to 31 states. I've addressed hundreds of groups. Thank you very much for being here and listening to me drone on here this evening. But I wouldn't be here if what I was saying was being said. It's not being said. Reduce spending, yes, but not Medicare, not Medicaid, not Social Security, certainly not defense. And the borders, we need to build defense. I don't know. There just seems to be a disconnect between actually cutting spending and what that's going to really mean. So I wouldn't be here if this was being said, and I wouldn't be here if I didn't think it needs to be said.